Dilmah High Tea Challenge is about bringing the tea back into high tea.
Today, careful effort has been made to respect the traditions and etiquettes of high tea. At the same time, we want to have a Kiwi spin on things, on the food, the beverages and the setting before you.
The whole idea of our afternoon tea was to be very classical English, but with a very modern twist.
Our theme today is basically a fusion of New Zealand culture, incorporating Dilmah teas and the Pacific Islands, what New Zealand is all about.
Chef Bernd has been on this real high tea journey from 2007, so I couldn't ask for a better reference judge, and of course being a wax certified judge, he brings that level of professionalism, the standards that wax has brought to the real high tea challenge in taking it into a global championship.
All my 5 senses were turned on. That's what it's all about. It's an art to do that, but yeah, you got there.
The Dilmah High Tea Challenge came about in 2007. We want to put back into the high tea, real tea. Dilmah has reinvented the whole concept and have brought good tea, the world's best tea, with great varieties into the high tea. And to match the tea with the foods and actually have tea-infused food as well.
Peter Kuruvita, everybody knows Peter.
So our goal is to re-establish the beauty of tea and also the reason for having a high tea. New Zealand was really unique. Firstly, the setting. We're in a beautiful place. And I loved people bringing in the island theme. People were celebrating tapo and different parts of New Zealand, so it was a real New Zealand pride, really. It was great to see. What we were looking for in this competition, number one was brewing the perfect cup of tea. And it's a lot harder than you'd think. There's a lot goes into it. You need to stir it a few times, you need to make sure you cover it and look after it. But on top of that, the tea needed to be made into a cocktail, a mocktail, and then we needed to have a hot tea and a cold tea. Plus, we needed to have tea infused into the food and tea paired with the food.
The whole idea of our afternoon tea was to be very classical English, but with a very modern twist, taking sort of new concepts of methods in cooking and turning it into an afternoon tea. We're both British, so we thought we'd bring a bit of clotted cream to the other side of the world. And Chris has made his own made clotted cream, again putting a spin on it. We tend to bring it into the 21st century.
So we've tried to twist, well, we twisted quite a lot. Everything's completely different, and we're trying to play with every senses, using lots of different techniques and modernising everything. But we took classic dishes and we're going to completely change them.
I'll just explain a little bit about the tea itself. We mixed 2 of the teas together, so we did the green tea with the lemongrass. We also had the Moroccan mint, which we put into ice cubes to be sort of a more refreshing sort of cleanser to the palate. You have in the ice cube itself some cucumber and a little bit of fresh mint in there as well. Just our take on sort of a mojito. You also have a little bit of ginger caviar to add a little bit of heat to the back of the throat just after digesting the tea itself. And on the rim of the tea is some cucumber sherbet, which we've dried the cucumbers. We've lightly salted them as they're drying. We've added some citric acid, some sugar, grounded it all down, and you'll see once you taste the tea itself, it's got a lovely little sourness to it. So added to the lemongrass tea, it's a little bit of dry house, for just a more theatrical sort of experience for you.
This is our smoked salmon macaroon. We wanted to experience all the tastes, the senses, and the salmon is fresh with a dill tweel. It was hard, I was shaking quite a bit, but towards the end, calmed down quite a lot, which was pretty happy.
The judges are quite relaxed, so I think that puts us at ease as well. It's just like serving sort of afternoon tea to our guests in the restaurant. But yeah, trying to remember everything and do all the cocktails and plate everything up is a little bit of a challenge, but no, they seem to enjoy it and we've got good comments and yeah, definitely happy.
The most contemporary high tea I think I've seen so far, as far as from beginning to end. There's so much to like about it.
Very good standard. On the first one, the Dilmah green tea with the natural lemongrass, it was really a masterstroke in terms of presentation as well as in terms of the composition to use the Moroccan mint ice. It was nice aesthetically, but it was also, as it dissolved it, really brought out the flavor, and the drink kept evolving, so very nice.
The whole flavour tasting of the teas was quite a long process. We had the whole boxes laid out on the worktop and drinking tea till 3 in the morning. Most people drink alcohol till 3 in the morning. We were drinking tea.
And there's so much good that I might just comment on the things that I personally I think could have improved.
Said they wanted to mainly focus on the bad comments. There wasn't too many. A few things were a bit too rich, maybe the wrong bread at one point, but then they went back to the good comments.
Your tea-inspired food items were great. You know, again, just the plays on the food that you did were really good.
They really liked the scone, which was probably our favourite dish that we made.
Yeah. Bringing
mine back home.
Again, clotted cream, to the other side of the world.
Some people do this and they're not very good at it and make it really bad, but you've obviously got the skills to pull the food off, and therefore it came out really well. And the drinks were mixed to me beautifully as well.
It was a great start. Macaroons, you talked about the senses, turning on the sense, and I think with that one you stimulated all 5 senses, even the crunch of the macaroon and then the flavours, and some of the smells came through. I love this. Yeah. The presentation of it, the flavours, the moisture, the lubrication of it in the mouth, it was just beautiful and velvety. Very nice, beautiful flavours, and nice and crisp, beautiful. You moved away from tradition and you created something that is quite different, and it actually worked, so that was really, to me, sensational. Just, flavour, texture, visually, very nice.
And the winner for New Zealand leg of the Real High Tea is NZ4.
The idea of this Real High Tea Challenge is that it is a journey in terms of their awareness and understanding of tea, opening up the options. And so in stage 1, which we have just completed, I think we can be satisfied that we have really achieved a very high standard of excellence.